Hello and welcome to a beginner-friendly guide on learning embroidery. This introductory video serves as a common guide for most of our embroidery kits. In this short video, you will learn about all the materials you will need to start a project, as well as how to mount a hoop and thread a needle. These are the first two steps that you will need to learn before you start embroidery. When you open your embroidery kit, you will find everything you need to get started. First, there's a little booklet that guides you through every step of the process. Each page includes instructions along with QR codes that you can scan to access detailed video tutorials. These videos provide an extensive, step-by-step guide to help you at every stage. If the pattern includes a color guide, you will find that in the booklet as well. Your kit also contains the embroidery floss, an embroidery needle which is essential for stitching your design, a printed canvas fabric. The design is pre-printed on the fabric, making it easy to follow along and stitch accurately. The embroidery hoop, a thread cutter to trim your floss as needed. With these materials, you're all set to begin your embroidery project. Now let's learn to mount the hoop, which is the first step in embroidery. To do this, make sure that the fabric is pressed and ready for the embroidery hoop. Now take your fabric and place it over the inner hoop and make sure that the print is exactly in the center. Now place the outer hoop over the fabric and push it to secure the fabric. Now tighten the screw and pull the fabric around the embroidery hoop on all sides to make sure that the fabric stays taut. Now the embroidery floss. Your embroidery floss will have 6 strands. Pull the strands out around 50 to 60 centimeters long of the embroidery floss and cut it. Now split the strands to 2 parts. That is 3 strands in each. Do this slowly and carefully and make sure they do not end up having knots. Most of the embroidery designs are done with 3 strands except for the part where we letter. Once you have split the strands, keep one part away for later use. Now, let's get the needle and thread ready. Start by making a knot at one end of the embroidery floss. You can make 2 knots to make sure it is secure. Now take the other end of the embroidery floss and thread the needle carefully. As you can see in the video, the longer end will have the knot and the shorter end of the floss just stays free without knots. This is the step that you will need to follow every time you change color or when you run out of thread. Now that you are ready to embroider, you can go to the next video based on your stitch guide, which shows you the specific stitches you will need to learn for your project.